Olá pessoal, então nós vamos para mais um bloco sobre notícias sobre inteligência artificial e tecnologia, tudo o que aconteceu na última semana. A gente vai contar para vocês os principais fatos, o lançamento aí do chat GPT-5, os principais problemas que aconteceram e mais algumas notícias relevantes dessa semana. Então logo após a vinheta, me acompanhe, lembra de curtir, compartilhar, sugerir alguma notícia para a gente elencar e produzir um novo vídeo. Então logo após a vinheta, nós vamos falar aí sobre o chat GPT-5, pessoal. Vamos lá? Então, pessoal, é isso aí. No dia 7 de agosto, a OpenAI lançou o tão aguardado GPT-5, agora acessível para 700 milhões de usuários, tanto na versão gratuita quanto nas versões pagas. Então, ou seja, eles liberaram o chat GPT-5 para todos os usuários. Então, na notícia do dia 7, então ele foi apresentado como um salto significativo em precisão, profundidade de raciocínio, contextualização e, segundo a empresa, ele é capaz de oferecer respostas com raciocínio de nível filosófico, elevando, por exemplo, a qualidade de interações, especialmente programação, saúde, finanças, matemática e resolução de problemas complexos. O ChatGPT-5 também estreou com um sistema inteligente de alternância, pessoal, entre respostas rápidas e processamento profundo, ou seja, o modo de pensar. Promete ter mais adaptabilidade e as necessidades aí do usuário. Principalmente, eles destacaram que representa não apenas uma melhoria técnica, mas também um marco estratégico para manter a liderança no setor de inteligência artificial, principalmente em frente ao Google, DeepMind, Anthropic e o Meta, pessoal. E realmente são notícias bem legais que foram anunciadas naquela semana, que no final aqui do vídeo eu fiz um corte e você pode acompanhar o corte do lançamento no final das nossas notícias. Eu deixei ele para vocês poderem apresentar, para vocês poderem acessar os cortes deste lançamento. E a próxima notícia relacionada a essa é o que, pessoal? Realmente, depois que a gente começou a utilizar, a segunda notícia, a gente percebeu vários problemas. A gente percebeu um chat GPT mais lento no pensamento profundo, mesmo para mim que eu tenho pago, eu vi que ele está mais lento, rápido em algumas coisas, parece que está mais inteligente, mas ele tem dado alguns bugs aí realmente durante a semana. Agora aí já está passando, quase chegando a mais de uma semana, esses bugs, esses problemas já parecem ter melhorado. Mas eu confesso para vocês que os primeiros dias foram sofríveis. Eu realmente xinguei muito o ChatGPT, principalmente... Opa, tá tocando meu celular aqui, eu vi que é o anúncio aí do ChatGPT. Não, mas não é. Deve ser o sorteio pro bife, alguma coisa nesse sentido. Vou colocar aqui até no silencioso, pessoal, para não atrapalhar mais. Mas é isso aí. Então, ele realmente teve alguns problemas que agora, e passado alguns dias, tem melhorado. O que eu estava falando para vocês é que quando eu fui utilizar para vários projetos que eu tenho em andamento, quando eu fui rodar, pessoal, deu vontade de chorar, porque parece que ele desaprendeu tudo que eu tinha ensinado. Agora ele está melhorando um pouquinho em relação a isso. Vamos ver como é que vai ser na semana que vem, eu reporto para vocês. Então comenta aí, faz um comentário se para você melhorou, se você sentiu realmente essa dificuldade em relação ao ChatGPT. Eu senti muita dificuldade, pessoal. E ainda em relação à OpenAI, esse lançamento, né? Teve várias falhas, né, pessoal, e críticas dos usuários, né? Esse entusiasmo inicial aí com o ChatGPT foi rapidamente seguido, né? Então, por uma onda de crítica nas redes sociais e fóruns como Reddit, e os relatos apontam que o modelo comete erros básicos em cálculos matemáticos e geográficos, além de apresentar respostas bem coerentes em diálogos mais longos. A Axios informou que, diante da repercussão negativa, executivos e desenvolvedores aí da OpenAI participaram da investigação online, admitindo falhas e prometendo ajustes rápidos. A percepção geral é de que, embora o ChatGPT seja mais sofisticado em tarefas complexas, seu desempenho não é tão consistente quanto a sugestão de marketing, e o que expressou dúvidas se o produto realmente estava pronto para ser lançado em larga escala. Outra notícia também em relação ao lançamento da OpenAI é que, pessoal, teve várias falhas de gráfico no lançamento. Então, se você for observar lá os lançamentos, se for ler os gráficos, teve algumas falhas meio gritantes que não teve um cuidado, né, o esmero no lançamento. A hora que você apresenta um gráfico, né, com dados incoerentes, fica muito ruim para uma empresa de tecnologia. Então é um dado aí de uma notícia que trouxe também, repercutiu também nas mídias sociais aí, no noticiário, essas falhas nas apresentações aí que combina tudo, né, pessoal? Então há uma falha na apresentação, o ChatGPT começa a dar umas pipocadas aí no começo, então realmente eles estão revendo aí, mas como eu acabei de falar, parece que está melhorando aí passado uma semana. E a outra notícia é o fato da startup Perplexity ter feito uma oferta de 3,5 bilhões para adquirir o navegador Chrome, pessoal. Mudanças de reestruturação de mercado, né? A startup da IA Perplexity, então ela apresentou essa proposta em dinheiro para adquirir então um navegador. Então esse movimento ocorre ao meio da discussão antitrust dos Estados Unidos com possível obrigatoriedade de desinvestimento do Chrome ou do Android. A oferta inclui 3 bilhões em investimento ao longo de 2 anos, compromisso de manter o código-fonte aberto, além de garantir que o Chrome, aliás, que o Google, né, continue sendo o buscador padrão. Embora a proposta seja ousada, o Google ainda não sinalizou a intenção de vender o navegador e pode contestar legalmente qualquer decisão imposta. Outros concorrentes como Yahoo e OpenAI também monitoram o processo, mas Perplexity é o principal candidato do momento, pessoal. Então, é bem interessante esse tipo aí de notícia. Então, pessoal, esses foram os dados principais, as principais notícias bem rapidinhas para você aprender ou para você entender, né, ser noticiado aí sobre esses fatos e ficar aí atualizado. Lembra de curtir, compartilhar, sugerir alguma notícia. Críticas construtivas serão bem-vindas e ajude aí o canal a crescer, seguindo o canal, compartilhando. Ajuda, né? Somos ainda bem pequenininhos e ainda a gente pretende crescer para atingir mais pessoas e ensinar inteligência artificial. Acompanhe os nossos outros vídeos que falam sobre tutoriais e a gente vai seguindo por aqui. Até a semana que vem!
Good morning. 32 months ago, we launched ChatGPT. And since then, it has become the default way that people use AI. In that first week, 1 million people tried it out. And we thought that was pretty incredible. But now, about 700 million people use ChatGPT every week and increasingly rely on it to work, to learn, for advice, to create, and much more. Today, finally, we're launching GPT-5. GPT-5 is a major upgrade over GPT-4 and a significant step along our path to AGI. Now, today, we're going to show you some incredible demos. We'll talk about some performance metrics, but the important point is this. GPT-5 is a major upgrade over GPT-4 and a significant step along our path to AGI. Now, today, we're going to show you some incredible demos. We'll talk about some performance metrics, but the important point is this. We think you will love using GPT-5 much more than any previous AI. It is useful, it is smart, it is fast, and it's intuitive. GPT-3 was sort of like talking to a high school student. There were flashes of brilliance, lots of annoyance, but people started to use it and get some value out of it. With GPT-4, maybe it was like talking to a college student. Real intelligence, real utility. But with GPT-5, now it's like talking to an expert, a legitimate PhD level expert in anything, any area you need, on demand, that can help you with whatever your goals are. And we are very excited that you'll get to try this.
They need extra time to think about it and answers right away. But it still gives me a high quality answer and explains the concept clearly. So here it says like Bernoulli effect means like faster moving fluid has lower pressure and slowly moving fluid has higher pressure. So to make this even more helpful, I'm going to ask GPT-5 to create a moving demo to illustrate this. So I could ask, explain this in detail and create a moving SVG in the Canvas tool to show me. This is a pretty complex task because now GPT-5 actually needs to build the visual. Therefore, GPT-5 takes a moment to think through the answer so you can come back with something more complex. The front-end tool I need to use, for example, React and Tailwind. It also thinks about, I need to ensure the physics are accurate. I need to check what the Bernoulli principle is. So, Christina, since you're here from the first day of ChatGPT, can you tell us, like, what it already done? So, look like ChatGPT just finished like 300 or near 400 lines of code in 2 minutes. So, let's see if the code can actually run. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So, with just a simple prompt, GPT-5 created this interactive and engaging demo that I can actually play with. So, I can actually change the airspeed here to see how the lift and pressure change accordingly. I can also tweak the angle of attack to see if my plane will actually fly or crash.
No.
Yeah. So GPT-5 can just bring any hardcore concept to life in moments. Imagine you can use this for anything that you're interested in, whether it's math, physics, chemistry, or biology. GPT-5 just makes learning so much more approachable and enjoyable.
Thanks, Elaine. I've been a part of ChatGPT since day one, and it's really cool to see all the progress we made since then, especially with capabilities like writing. Writing is one of the most common use cases people have been using ChatGPT for.
GPT-5 is still working on it. It already wrote 240 lines of code, which honestly is much more than what I would have written in that time. And
Yeah, front-end code's super hard. You miss a couple things and it just doesn't work.
exactly. But the good part is that you don't need to understand any of that right now. So we'll just let it through. Maybe we can check the other tabs. Oh, so I can simply press run code. So I'll do that and cross my fingers. Whoa.
Oh, nice. I really
Voila. So we have a nice website. Name is Midnight in Paris.
Oh, I love
together.
that.
So romantic.
We also see a few tabs: flashcards, quiz, and mouse and cheese, exactly like I asked for. I will play that. So this says le chat, which is the cat. Sorry.
Le chat.
Oh, that's pretty good pronunciation.
What does that mean?
The cat. So I can reveal and check if GPT-5 is correct. It is. So if I press next, oh, and I don't know if you saw, I think it actually updated the progress bar, which is exactly what I had asked for. Let's check the quiz. Here is the word non, which is no. So if I press on it, bien joué, which means congrats, and it updated the progress bar again. And let's check the mouse and cheese tab. Okay, that seems like a mouse. Here's the cheese. I'm going to try to play it. I can't promise I'm going to be good at it. Okay, it seems to be working.
La gare.
Oh,
Un café.
indeed, just when I eat the cheese,
Le chat.
it gives me a new French word. It's actually super complicated, and I already lost. I'm sorry. Let's just check a few other times just to see what is the type of diversity that GPT-5 can give you. So I can run the code here. Oh, wait, that's not my favorite, but it seems it's... Oh, it seems that I can maybe switch... Oh, look at that.
Oh, nice.
That's better.
I like this mouse game better.
Yeah, this, I don't know, that doesn't look like a cat, like a mouse, but let's check maybe the third one. You know, sometimes it's not great. The good thing with GPT-5 is that if you have something that you don't like, you can just ask it to change it, and it will do it for you. Let's check this one. Oh, that's nice. That's also something to note is that GPT-5 really likes purple, so you will see a lot of that.
It's fine. Purple is my favorite color.
Oh, great. You will love GPT-5 then.
It's a comprehensive answer, a concise one, or even just a single word. Hey chap, could you only answer to me in one word, please, from now on?
Absolutely.
Okay. Describe the plot of the book Pride and Prejudice.
Relationships.
Okay, that's true. Yeah. Give me a piece of wisdom.
Patience.
Patience. So that's the word of wisdom from our voice model. And I think our model is trying to say, thank you for your patience waiting for GPT-5. Now, let's move on to something more practical. Learning is the top use case for our voice model. People love to use it to dive deep in topics, get quiz before exams, or learn new languages. For me, I've been learning Korean recently, and I found that speaking it and understanding it incredibly challenging. But let's see how voice can help. To do that, I will enable this study and learn mode. It's a new mode feature we launched in ChatGPT to guide you step by step towards deeper understanding of the subject. Now we can get into voice. Hey chat, I'm learning Korean. Could you help me practicing it? Let's say, let's pretend I'm ordering at a cafe. Now, what should I say in Korean?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to help you practice. So if you're at a cafe and you want to keep it simple, you could start with something like 안녕하세요, 아메리카노 한 잔 주세요, which means hello, I'd like one Americano, please. And of course, you can adjust it based on what you want to order. Let me know if you want to try out more phrases.
So when it comes to Korean, could you speak that part really slowly? Because I'm a beginner and I want to hear every word clearly.
물론이죠. 그럼 정말 천천히 말해볼게요. 안녕하세요, 아메리카노 한 잔 주세요. 이렇게 하나씩 또박또박 말해보면 도움이 될 거예요.
Now, let's level things up. Could you speak that part really, really fast? Faster than a Korean would do.
Sure, I'll speed it up as much as I can. So it would sound like this. 안녕하세요. 아메리카노 한 잔 주세요. Basically just zipping right to it. Let me know if you need any more speed adjustments.
감사합니다, chat. So now this voice.
잠깐만요. 언제든지 도와드릴게요. 또 연습하고.
So now this voice, simpler, smarter, and more powerful than ever.
With features that make ChatGPT more personalized so that it's more like your AI. First, a very simple and fun one. We're now allowing you to customize the colors of your chats with a couple of options exclusive to our paid subscribers. We're also launching a research preview of personalities. You can now change the personality of ChatGPT such that it's more supportive, or it's more professional and concise, or maybe even a little bit sarcastic. And this lets you interact with ChatGPT in a way that's consistent with your own communication style. But the way that ChatGPT sounds and the way that it looks is just one part of making ChatGPT yours. One of my favorite features that we've launched over the last year has been memory. And we've made a lot of enhancements in memory in the time since. This allows ChatGPT to learn about you. And here to talk a little bit more about the memory feature is Christina.
It's been amazing to see your reaction and response to memory and ChatGPT getting to know you more and more over time. And this is our aspiration, for ChatGPT to understand what's meaningful to you, so it can help you achieve your goals in life. ChatGPT has already been so helpful for me. I'm training for a marathon right now, and ChatGPT is helping me pull together a personalized running schedule. But ChatGPT still has many limitations. It doesn't understand my actual schedule. Next week, starting with pro users, followed by Plus, Team, and Enterprise users, this is changing, and we're giving ChatGPT access to Gmail and Google Calendar. Let me show you how I've been using it. So I'll just ask something simple like, help me plan my schedule tomorrow. It's been a pretty busy week for us, so I've been using this every day this week to help get my life together. I've already given ChatGPT access to my Gmail and Google Calendar, so it just works, and it's easy here, but if you hadn't, ChatGPT would be asking you to connect right now. Let's see what ChatGPT is doing. Okay, that was pretty quick. Okay, so ChatGPT has pulled in my schedule tomorrow.
October, our lives were turned completely upside down when I was diagnosed with 3 different cancers, including an aggressive form of breast cancer, at the age of 39, all within 1 week. And there's just absolutely nothing that prepares you to receive news like this. I found out about the first diagnosis when I got an email notification that my biopsy results were ready. I decided to open it, and when I opened it, I saw the only 2 words that I could understand from the report, which was invasive carcinoma. I knew that wasn't good, but everything else was just a blur of medical jargon. So I completely panicked, and in that moment did the first thing that I thought of, which was to take a screenshot of the report and put it into ChatGPT to see if it could just help me understand what this meant. And within seconds, it translated this complex report into plain language that I could understand. And in this moment of overwhelm and panic, I had a little bit of clarity about what was going on. And that moment was really important because by the time I got a hold of my doctor and we got on the phone, which was 3 hours after I had seen the report, I had a baseline understanding of what I was facing, and we were able to jump into a conversation about what to do next.
And how have you been using ChatGPT throughout?
I've used it in so many different aspects of my journey, but one of the ways that I found it most...
Wow, it's alive. Nice. Yeah, so you can see here, let's check it out. So the model has made me a dashboard. It's telling me like my ARR, cash, looks like this company is doing pretty well. You can see that revenue is growing. And the model's added like some interactivity here. So if I hover over a graph, it actually tells me the exact value for a particular day.
It would take me like 5 hours to do that in D3.
Yeah, imagine like manually doing this in D3. It's just like,
No, just because it's so easy to take this for granted, could you remind the audience what the actual prompt was? Like how much creativity and sort of understanding your intent was required to accomplish this?
yeah, it's crazy that this, this prompt is so concise and it's able to just give me something that looks beautiful in just 5 minutes.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's also implemented another graph here showing our customers. It's also implemented a date picker, so I can sort of filter by different dates and visualize data accordingly. Yeah, it's even sort of segmented it by customer segment, which is cool. So this is just one example that highlights the power of GPT-5.
There will no longer be excuse for ugly internal applications.
Exactly. Let's go to the fun demo.
Yeah.
So up balloons by clicking on them, and this should make a sound effect. So let me run this in cursor. I'll just paste it in, and I'm going to show an example that I've already generated just to save some time. So here is the beautiful castle that the model made. So it's just wild how, from a concise prompt, the model has this great sense of aesthetics where it's made this like floating rock, made a 3D castle, and if you zoom in, you can see like tons of detail, like these guards that are walking around, cannons firing. You want to fire the cannons? If you put one, of course.
Who wouldn't want to?
There we go. So you can fire the cannons. You can even chat with the characters. So we'll say hi to Captain Rowan. Their names. Say hello to the merchant. The merchant's selling some stuff. What's your favorite?
Let's talk quickly about pricing and availability. GPT-5 is going to be available in the API starting today. 3 models, GPT-5, GPT-5 Mini, GPT-5 Nano. GPT-5 is going to be priced at $1.25 and $10 per million input token and output token. Mini and Nano are even faster and more affordable. Nano, don't sleep on it, it's 25 times more affordable than GPT-5. It's pretty cool. I cannot wait to see what you will build. And next, our chief scientist, Jacob, is going to close us out.
Thanks, Olivier. At OpenAI, at the core,